Nature photographers capture pictures of beautiful animals from around the globe. With the click of a camera, the image is stored in a fraction of a second. Well, Miranda Cohen recently met a Murfreesboro woman whose method of capturing images takes a little longer than a click, but it's just as breathtaking.
When Brenda Bond sits down at her favorite spot, some of nature's most beautiful creatures just seem to come to life.
I kind of always like to start with the eyes, and I kind of have to get them in the right place. And you have to get the eyes right, because if you don't do that, it's not going to look like the person's animal, because that is part of the soul.
It's as if the totally self-taught artist is seeing much more than fur and feathers. She is seeing the animal's spirit and putting it down on paper. Today, she is working on a commissioned piece of a cherished member of the family.
The animals love so much, unconditionally. You know, and they look at you and they adore you, and everybody else can get mad at you. You're talking, your cat never do.
Bond will simply look at a photograph and will start to draw exactly what she sees. With every stroke and movement of her pencil, an almost more real version of the animal will begin to appear.
I don't know how I do it. I kind of don't know how you can't do it. Does that make sense? I don't know. I can just see it here and put it here. I love animals.
Brenda will sketch almost anything, but there is one creature where she draws, or should we say, doesn't draw the line.
People are so critical of themselves, and I just didn't enjoy drawing a person. I like the fur. I like the texture of the animals that are furry.
With meticulous and precise attention to detail, her true gift pours out on the page. And as a true master, she finds the entire creative process relaxing. Some might even find it a little too relaxing.
Sometimes I'll sit for 8 hours a day just drawing. Sometimes I'll sit down for an hour, 45 minutes. I draw every single morning on something while I drink my coffee with my cat in my lap. It's very relaxing. I really enjoy doing it. And I just get into it and I don't want to stop.
And with any great masterpiece, knowing when to stop is often the most difficult part.
But sometimes I have trouble deciding I'm done. And I'll stare at it for a while and move back and look at it from different angles and assign it. Once I've signed it, take it out of the pad, ready to spray it.
When you look at a piece of Brenda's art, it looks like it took hundreds of different pencils in hundreds of different shades, when actually all the magic comes from Brenda herself. In fact, she uses very few tools, a number 6 pencil and a Q-tip.
I use a number 6 pencil. My overhead's pretty cheap.
She is starting to experiment with color, and the results are stunning. But she prefers the looks of blacks and whites, and by expertly blending thousands of shades in between.
I really like the black and white. I'm real comfortable with black and white.
Bond started out drawing cats and dogs, but when her work was noticed by the Smoky Mountain Art Gallery, she knew her work had to get a little more on the wild side.
I drew a whole bunch of things I thought would be Gatlinburg-ish, you know, the bear and the otter and the wolf and the wild animals, and I really enjoyed doing them.
Bears, rabbits, mountain lions, chipmunks, birds, and beloved family pets stare back at her from the pages, all captured in graphite. Animal Art by Brenda is the name of her website and her store on Etsy.
Most of what I sell is the commission. I want it to look perfect. I fret over them like crazy.
And her fretting shows. Each piece will take about 20 hours to create. Every thoughtful and calculated stroke and turn of the pencil, contouring and shading, finally revealing an exquisite image, mesmerizing to look at and impossible to forget.